AI is kind of taking over the art world in a sense, isn't it? No matter what you search for online, you see AI images. You can look for artwork, you can look for photographs. Some photographers are concerned that it's going to make an impact on the art world and the photography world. And there's discussions, opinions, and it goes on back and forth. But I thought I would talk about 6 things that AI cannot take away from you. And that confirms to us the treasure of traditional or manual drawing and exploring that through our life. AI is a beautiful tool and it will do what it's going to do. But there's some things we have, treasures we have, that it'll never, ever replace. Let's look at one of them. AI will never take away the exciting experience you have, that eureka moment when life emerges from your beautiful lines. Have you ever had that? You draw a portrait, maybe of a little child, or your little child, or your mother, or a family member, or a friend, or just someone you think is beautiful, whether they're an old face or a young face, male or female, it doesn't matter. Have you ever had that moment where you look at something long enough and you say, wow, my heart is involved and I've got to express it in my own poetic way as an artist? And then you take it through the construction process, and then you bring it up a little bit further into that transition between line drawing and something more representational in terms of form. And then you work on details, and all of a sudden there's that eureka moment where it comes to life. It's looking at you, it's talking to you, it feels like it's breathing. And the beautiful personality that you appreciate or admire in the subject starts to come through. And you take that breath in, you say, did I do that? Was it me? And it's exciting. AI will never take that experience away from you. There's only one way to do it, is sit quietly in your studio, ponder on what you want to do, and get to work with your own hands, with your own pencil or paintbrush, with your own eyes, with your own mind, and work through it. That's an exciting experience that I personally will never get tired of. AI will never take away your experience of creating a personal treasure for yourself, for your subject, or for someone else who asks you to create an artwork. That's yours. AI will never take that experience away. I love being in my studio. One day I'll tour you around my studio. I've got one wall where I stage models. My wife is my favorite model. And on the opposite wall is a 32-inch television. And when she's posing for me, she can watch her favorite movie, and I'm busy working. And we have this time together in the studio that I really enjoy. It's very special to me. I create something special that I will never, ever be able to put a price tag on because it's her. And at the same time, she enjoys the passive time of her favorite movie or whatever she wants to look at. It's a great idea. Nevertheless, creating that treasure for yourself, or let's say you create a treasure for someone else. I've had so many experiences where I've been commissioned to do a portrait for a family. And initially, the portrait is exciting, but the subject and the family involved, they never put as much treasure on that portrait initially as they do years later. Years later, the value just goes up and goes up and goes up. And then finally they realize they have something that was done, an investment of time or money was placed in such a way that they could never do that again. And it's very special to them. So that treasure that's being created can never be done by AI. That's a human thing. It has to do with relationships. It has to do with personal values. AI could never take away from you the fine dexterity challenge associated with generating living representation, whether it's with your brush or whether it's with your pencil. Have you ever had that, growth in your life where you initially did portrait more in a standard way, maybe straight on, maybe a little bit of a 3/4, maybe side profile, whatever it is, the easy things, right? And you get all excited about it. But as time goes on, you want to explore new things, more challenges. And you see that with great masters. You can see their progress through their life where they started to compose things that are just more and more challenging, and the satisfaction was there. And that goes with any skill we develop. We love to challenge ourselves. We love to realize that we've reached a new milestone or a new climax in our ability to express ourselves, or a new challenge, right? So we now start exploring the various ages. Maybe we're doing portraits and we want to do children. We realize the proportions are not the same as an adult, or we want to explore those beautiful storytelling wrinkles on an older person that make them particularly beautiful, approachable, warm, wise. These are things we want to express. The person inside that's behind the eyes, not the face, not just the likeness. We want to express something deeper, something more beautiful. So we challenge ourselves, that fine dexterity challenge associated with living representation. I'll never get tired of that. AI will never take away the tactile, intimate acquaintance we can enjoy with great masters as we draw their masterworks, as we draw their sculptures. Have you ever gone into a great museum, pulled out your sketchbook, and studied a Pradier, a Cousteau, a Quasivaux, Allagrain, his beautiful bather sculpture, Rodin, Michelangelo, Rembrandt painting, Raphael painting? Have you ever done that? It's an amazing experience. It's one thing to look at artwork. Matter of fact, why do people go to the Louvre Museum or to the Metropolitan or the Hermitage? Why do you need to see the original when you can see high definition copies on digital medium? You just have to type it in now and there it is, right? But people will travel for thousands of miles, spend thousands of dollars to see the real thing. Why? Because they feel they're more intimately acquainted. But now you pull out your pencil and study it. Study it in a tactile way. We don't touch the original artwork in the museum. You'll get in trouble. But we touch it with our practice of master copy study. And that artist becomes part of you. You feel like you stood in the artist studio. You look at the brushstrokes on their canvas. You can see, you can feel how Van Gogh did his work. You can feel it. You can feel his hand doing it. But you got to see the original. You've got to be there. When you see a sculpture, you can feel the hard work of the master, the size of the work, or how they did impossible representation in stone as such a skilled master. Wow. So AI can never take that experience away from you. It's up to you to pursue it, treasure it, and then for years on end, you'll look back at your drawings and you'll say, wow, that was quite an experience. That was more than a drawing. That was an experience. I know this master deeper than any book has ever expressed the master. AI can never take away the calm, soothing escape from a hustle and bustle digital world. It contributes to it. AI can never take that away. That moment where you shut it all down, you press do not disturb on all your devices, You put on your best music, you pour your glass of wine or whatever that is the soother for you when you're doing artwork, and you indulge yourself deeply into the beauty of what you're exploring, and you discover yourself in a way. You discover your own thoughts. You discover your emotional needs for the moment. You spend time in intimate acquaintance with yourself. It's a hard thing to find these days, but even the travel industry is moving to digital detox destinations. Bring a book, write a poem, write a letter, write a story, draw a story, sculpt a story, paint a story. These are treasures, eh? AI, this is number 6. AI can never take away your search inside your soul for poetic beauty and expression. That's human. That belongs to you, not to anybody else. AI will never take that away. So my encouragement for you is to get a pencil, get some simple supplies, and make it a regular thing to build your world of exploration according to your poetic definition of what is beautiful. And stay with that. It's healthy for the mind, it's healthy for the soul. It keeps us mentally active in a positive way, and never feel threatened that somehow AI can take that away from you. I've been thinking. I've been thinking about this little channel. And in the comments, I would love to, if you would, contribute ideas of what you think would be inspiring that we can talk about in this channel. I would love that. Positive expressions that encourage artists, but that you would like expressed in this channel. And I would love to read what comes forward. Enjoy. Join the studio. Join the online drawing atelier where we explore Museum Mondays every Monday, where we go into great museums and we try to get in touch very closely the heart of the artists that we study, great masters. Traditional Tuesdays are where we take a living subject to study and explore, and we approach it as though the living subject is inside our studio, so there's no copy work. We're drawing manually, we're drawing in classical style. We're expressing ourselves in the style of old masters. We're trying to grow in their craft, the way they would have done it, and grow in ways that we wouldn't intuitively want to express ourselves. So this way we stretch our wings, so to speak, in our artistic expression. And then academic Wednesdays are where we take the week's studies and we start to tear them apart, and we start to look at what did we study and what questions do we have? What are things that wrinkles we need to iron out right now personally? We talk about it and then we go through the process. And every class is a brand new demonstration from scratch. Anyhow, enjoy and thank you so much.